All right, guys, so I got the BRN-4 10.5-inch upper out to the range today. Went to Alpine just to get it zeroed, make sure the EOTech was on, and make sure everything was good to go. I did have a weird thing happen here. And my first 4 rounds, actually my first 5 rounds, sorry, first 5 rounds out of the gun, and this was shooting the IMI 77 grain, is that I got a perfect straight line up and down. I shot a second group over here, which was, I believe, 10 rounds. So I shot 10 rounds over here, and it grouped just fine. And then started on my reloads up here. I have a 77 grain Sierra Match Kings. Same for here, 10 rounds. And then my group over here couldn't quite get stable for some reason. I had a lot of movement in the gun. And then my final 5-round, actually 6-round group right here, and chronoed everything. All right, so overall the rifle did really well. Got it 0 to 50 yards, EOTech's on, and the only thing I can think of as why I got that almost perfect straight line up and down was I cleaned my suppressor. And when I say I cleaned it, I didn't do like a brush cleaning and just wipe it out. It was getting a lot of buildup just past the lockup area where the muzzle device is at. And that carbon was building up so badly that I was really having a hard time getting the suppressor even on after I cleaned it and getting it off. So I went in there and I chipped all that carbon out of that little recess in there. I chipped all of it out, got it all cleaned out, let it soak for a little bit in some carbon remover, and then just made sure it's good to go and cleaned it out. So that's the only thing I think of is that it needed to get recarboned and kind of back in alignment there. So lockup was really good. I didn't have any issues. Back to grouping and shooting well. The IMI, I haven't been super impressed with the IMI 77 grain match. It's always done okay. It's never done really well. The Black Hills 77 grain has always done really fantastic, so really like that ammunition, and it's really hard to copy and clone that without reloading your own ammunition like I do. So if I have some rounds, I'll put some actual Black Hills 77 grain through it so you guys can see what the numbers of consistency are. I did use the Garmin C1 chronograph today. It did really well. I'll show you all that kind of stuff, and then I've got a little bit of footage of me on the range. Started with really bad numbers, almost 100 feet per second spread. Like I said, I got that vertical stringing after cleaning the suppressor, and then went back, re-secured the collar, shot another 10-round group with the IMI, then got into my first 5-round, 6-round group with the reloads, which actually gave me really good numbers, 12.8 SD, and then a 10-shot group of my reloads, and then my final 6-round group, which also gave me decent numbers, 16.5. And again, just to take you through this build, this is a Brownells BRN-4 upper receiver, bolt carrier group, barrel. It's the 10.5-inch, and I'm not sure if this is the chrome lined or unchrome lined. It's one of the initial barrel productions that they had. I got the receiver a very long time ago when they initially first came out with them, and they had the lower receivers. I got it on sale.
when they kind of ran out of the lowers, the uppers went on sale, so I was able to get it at a good price. And then I just kind of waited on everything else to come on sale. I got the Geissele handguard. They do the annual blemish sale, so I got it through that and got it cerekoted at Elliot White Gun Company in Richland Hills. Re-cleaned and cerekoted, re-cerekoted. Actually, it was painted before, now I cerekoted the suppressor and the tan. The lower receiver is an Aero Precision. It's got the Texas logo engraved into it. It's got Magpul furniture. I use Lancer magazines exclusively for my ARs. EOTech EXP 3-2. It's got the 2 dots instead of just the single dot. The badass Law tactical folder and my SB brace. And then of course I'm always running my Redback 1 combat sling. Really love these slings. They're very minimalistic and very nice. And of course my Precision Rifle Solutions tripod and cradle system that I love. All right, got it flipped around on the other side so you guys can see it. Geissele airtime bolt catch. I love these. Law tactical folder, SB brace. Redback 1. It's always upside down. I don't know why it's upside down. That is a Rock River National Master trigger on there. Nice.
And again, I was taking it Alpine range. Didn't have a lot of room in the booth, so I couldn't really get a good camera view of the gun. Basically went there just to zero, get everything chronographed, and see how everything's doing. I've got a couple of different loads for this, for the 77 grain. I've got 24.4 grains, I've got 24.6 grains, and 24.7 grains all loaded up. So I'll test each one of those out of this gun. 24.6 and 24.7 have been doing really well. However, 24.4 doesn't give terrible numbers. It's just the velocity is not up exactly where I want it to be. So the 24.6 and 7 tend to do it a lot better, getting the velocities up where I want them to be. So we'll get out to the long range. We'll get out to the 600-yard range, and we'll do some testing there and shoot this at some distance.